Hey, there's a Windows update. Hey, kitty.
Yes. Kitty's on my chair.
All right, let's do this thing. Try it on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. With two idiots misinterpreting the news so you don't have to. Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
This is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours.
That's right. Waldo
It's
starting us off right with 300 bits. Thank you, Waldo.
Time for you to grab a game key for Waldo.
Let's see what we're going to get for Waldo to get us started off today.
Yes. And Tyrion has taken over my armrest on my chair. It's
The
not a very big
Darkness
armrest either.
Within 2 going out to Waldo.
Oh, nice. Yes. Tyrion likes to nibble.
He's just tenderizing you for
When I die and he can just like start taking chunks.
Getting ready, that's right.
Yeah, because Tyrion's going to be the cat that like just chomps right all over everything. Oh. Time for to get smacked in the face with a tail. Yes.
But welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Thursday, January 12th, 2023, here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. That's right, 5 days a week, except for those days that we're not here, like this upcoming Monday. That's right.
Yeah.
This upcoming Monday, we will be taking the day off due to I have to take mom for an important doctor's appointment to get her knees taken a
Okay.
look at. So finally,
Go,
after 2 years,
take care of mom. Yeah.
she's
She's
gonna get
decided
those
it's
knees
time.
taken care of. Yeah, bone on bone eventually gets to you, when you got knee problems. I'm sure some of you folks out there like Stymie know it's what that's all about. Is Stymie out there yet
Yeah.
today? No, Stymie's not
I
out
have
there that
not.
I can see.
I have not seen the Savage Furry yet.
Yeah. But anyway, giveaways are open! Exclamation, I love free shit for a chance to win a mystery game key. Exclamation, bundle me for a chance to win a streamer bundle. And of course, if you just want your hands on a mystery game key, donate 300 bits like Waldo did, and you too can be
Yeah.
getting mystery game keys. 500 bits or more cumulative gets us to your choice, whether we continue with news or play marbles. And of course, otherwise, we go about the normal routine of giving you the Shrouded Avatar news as we misinterpret it. That's right.
No, we just interpret it. We don't
Yeah,
misinterpret it.
well,
Our
you,
interpretation may be a misinterpretation or it may be accurate.
well,
It's
that's
up
right.
to you to decide. Yeah.
I
We
just
just
prefer to
interpret.
misinterpret it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say,
exactly right.
Waldo, you got your workout today. That's right. He's home for a
Yeah.
few more minutes before his fat guy workout.
Ooh.
So how did everything go with the missus paperwork? You get all that taken care of earlier this week? I hope everything went well with all that and got
Oh
that all
yeah.
taken care of.
What? Why you just randomly like lean over and bite me?
That
Like
in, what's going on?
Tyrion really wants love today. Can you
Yeah,
tell?
he's not giving up on those scritches, that's for sure.
No. Yeah. Wait, is there news? What do you think there, Bridge Troll? Is there news? Is the Tweeterverse been active? What do you think?
Only a 2 hour wait at Social Security. That's not too bad,
To
actually.
change the name? Yeah.
DMV, you get an appointment in and out. Well, depending on where you are. Down here, DMV is a dream.
What? DMV in and out? What is that? What
Well,
crack pipe are you
again,
smoking?
that down here, DMV is a dream. First off, if you make an appointment, you really get in and out. But many of our DMVs down here really aren't crowded unless you're in one of you're in like Orlando at the most busiest DMV
Oh
in
man.
Orlando, but they've got like 20 of them. You know, you go to the one here in
Ooh.
Deltona, and like you're in and out in 5 minutes most of the time. Yeah,
Yeah, I wish I could say that. I
yeah.
even tried
Austin's
going
probably going to
to
be a nightmare.
yeah, I tried. I even went to like some small podunk one that was like 45 minutes away from my house when I had to get my picture taken,
Yeah, it's always
which is
fun.
now every 12 years. Once
Yeah,
every 12 years, I have to have a new picture taken for my driver's
there's ways
license.
around that down here too. It's called filing online and using your same picture for 20 plus years.
You can't use the same picture for 20 years here.
If you file online, you get away with it, believe it or not.
Well, I have to renew it, and I can renew it online,
Right.
but then like 12, like after you renew it, then the next time you have to go back in.
Yeah, no,
I
again,
like how you're spraying water at kitties, whereas I'm just like having blood drawn.
yeah, well, Rusty's not supposed to be messing around with Jewel right now because she's still in quarantine, and he's
Yeah,
getting to the point where I don't want him getting what she had. She's finished with her meds, and now we're just waiting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
In
oh
Michigan, they
damn.
won't give you a ticket for expired tags. I'm guessing that was if.
Yeah, that would be tags. if you show proof of an appointment because you can't get an appointment for months. That's insane.
Yeah, when COVID hit, they went to an all appointment system, but you can't
Yeah.
get in. So if you get pulled over, you just show your listed appointment, and the cops won't give you a ticket because even they know what bullshit it is.
That's nice. So basically, even if you're expired, as long as you've got an appointment, they'll just give you a pass until your appointment comes up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Down here, you can literally wait till your birthday and walk in and walk out the same day. Again, usually, however long it just takes them to process it, and usually maybe a 5 or 10 minute wait online, if that. I mean, in and out down here. So I'll never forget.
They have machines and everything where you can do it, but stuff like license and people don't trust the machines, and so you gotta wait.
Yeah, when I first moved down here in 1990, I mean, literally, within 3 days of being here, we walked into a motor vehicle office, and within an hour, I was out with my driver's license. I mean, that's how simple it is here. And that's with having to, take the Florida test and go through all the BS, not just a renewal or something like that, So, anyway, moving right along. Let's talk about some Shroud gossip, as it may be, some Shroud opinions, some Shroud options, all sorts of other interesting stuff that we've got on tap for you guys and gals today. Okay. And I want to start with Conjurer Dragon's game options comment, because we actually have some commentary from Sanyo on that. Thanks for Sanyo for that as well.
Wait, which one am I going to? Game option?
Yeah, the one that I put in there for today that you probably didn't see or open.
Yesterday, I met someone in-game who had no idea that the cook in Castle Atos gives out a quest. Why? Because he had the whole time in his options, the interface, skip conversations with merchants and vendors and bankers and trainers set to off, which at first seems a natural choice after having talked once to any merchant. The next game, it's directly to the store instead of I don't give out my name to Outlanders. Yes, there are several merchants that are part of quests, and people unknowingly may completely miss out with that option on. The commentary to the option is a neutral description of what it does without warning what it risks. It should have a warning like, do not disable if you want to get all quests. Merchants are people too, and sometimes have something to say that might aid you. Ampu's like, yes, that's actually a very good point. Stanislava and Shetong have the blue sparkle wave animations, however, indicating they do have a quest available, but the player may or may not know they can't receive a quest from them if they have skipped conversations with merchants option enabled. Perhaps a simple mention of, with this option selected, you will not be able to receive any quests from merchants that may offer a quest. Something like that, or possibly some other way to be able to receive a quest from them, even if that option is selected. This could also possibly be mentioned in one of the loading screen tooltips. Why put shit in the loading screen tooltips? Because they're so useful.
Because people read them. Not
really. Yes. Followed by Sanyo.
Which goes to prove that somebody's actually reading the forums, because he was not tagged in any of this, neither were any other developers. So somebody actually reads the forums to see what people are talking about out there. So props to Sanyo.
Or someone direct messaged him and said, hey, you need to jump in on this. We actually have tech that allows me to add logic to an NPC merchant which disregards skip conversations with merchants, depending on your quest flags for both of these NPCs. I did use that logic, but I just checked and I see I have the logic wrong. I submitted a fix. Anytime a merchant, trainer, banker, vendor has a quest, This do not allow skip conversations merchant feature should be enabled for the NPC, at least until the NPC's part in the related quest is completed. If this isn't working, feel free to submit it as a bug.
Yes, indeed. And Sanyo not only responding to this, but taking
Ownership of
ownership. Yes, taking ownership of said problem and getting it fixed right off the bat. So kudos to Sanyo.
Well, were you aware that there was a feature that for NPCs with quests that they had a back-end flag that was supposed to ignore that setting?
I
Because I
always
was
just
unaware of that.
I always just thought it was the blue sparkles that allowed you to
Yeah.
know that they had a quest and you can go to them and get them a quest. So that was
Yeah.
my understanding. It, just look for somebody waving their hand with the blue sparkles on them, and hey, that guy or that girl's got a quest for you, and that was all you really needed to know. I didn't
Yes.
realize that if that wasn't there, that if you spoke to them and they had a quest, that would bypass all the information. So that's new to me as well. Or should I say, that's news to me as well.
Hey,
Too seldom.
yes.
What's going on, brother?
And then we do have, thanks, Sanyo, for checking on this. I wrongly assumed all quests would show up on the navigation bar when you're within a certain distance from. What?
Yes,
All
quests
quests
actually
would
show up
show
on the
up
navigation bar.
when you're within a certain distance from NPC.
That's
This
what you
option will
get
help
for
those that
assuming.
pay attention to the conversation instead of clicking through it. Yes.
That's what you get for assuming. Again, same here. Just that my assumption was that you saw the blue sparkles and knew that there was a quest to be had. So
Well, I
apparently
mean,
not
I
always
really
true.
don't pay it. I really don't pay attention to a whole lot of blue sparkles. And I should actually have lots of blue sparkles in Owl's Head because there's several little quests that
Really, you
always get
haven't
flagged.
you haven't finished all the Owl's Head
Well,
quests?
I
I'm
don't
surprised.
I don't see any blue sparkles, but I'm pretty sure that like I didn't talk to that merchant that's across the road from Myra.
Yeah, I don't know if the blue
Uh,
sparkles actually show up right here on the compass.
well, that's one of the things that he was talking about.
The blue sparkles
Uh,
I'm talking about is when the merchant's waving and it's above their head or above their hand.
Yeah. Well, that's supposed to happen too.
Can anybody verify if blue sparkles show up on the compass? Something I really don't pay attention to a whole lot.
Hold on here. Let me just go run down to Lower Owl's Head real quick.
Lower Owl's Head.
Lower.
The low
Because
class
the
area.
hills, I know the ghetto fabulous people that can't live in our walled community. Let's see. And then if I get it, I will. What is it? Why is there?
Yes, Lower Umpton. That's right, Red Dragon. You got the reference. Good man. Good man. Al Bundy, my hero.
I'm trying to figure out why there's a gold arrow for the Fire Lotus Tavern.
A gold arrow? Have you
Yeah,
gone into the Fire Lotus and gotten the quests that are in there?
Yeah, at some point in time. No, the fishmonger doesn't even want to give me his quest.
No quest for you.
No quest for me over here. Nobody with blue sparkles over their head and waving at me. Not even Knob.
Well, speaking of one of the best shows ever, Red Dragon, two sort of new shows coming out. One is they brought back Night Court, one of my all-time favorite shows.
What is Judge Reinhold going to be on it?
No, but what's his name is the hell's his name?
I don't know.
Guy who plays Dan.
Which
John
I don't.
Larroquette.
John Larroquette, thank you. And the new judge is what's her name from The Big Bang Theory?
Bernadette.
Bernadette from The Big Bang Theory. Thank you. Have you seen the new ones yet, Mom?
No, because it doesn't come out till I think next week.
Okay, yeah, I've been seeing the trailers for it.
What's it coming out on?
NBC.
Do you think I have a TV?
Well, you can get it on your computer, dude. And then, of course, the other new reboot is That 90s Show coming out.
Then you've got the fact that Masterson's being retried for rape.
Well, yeah, that's neither here nor there. But they're bringing back all the other characters that were there. Of course, going to be interesting to see how they reboot that, but looking forward to it nonetheless. I'm really looking forward to is season 2 of Wednesday, like all the rest of you are. But that's yeah. Also waiting for a season 2 of The Wheel of Time, which Amazon's really dragging their freaking feet on. But that's
done filming.
Oh yeah, I know that. I'm just waiting for it.
Think of how long it's taken Amazon to get season 2 of Carnival Row.
I'm not even familiar with that one.
Yeah, go watch Carnival Row, and then you'll be like, "Where the fuck season 2?"
Yeah, and Futurama is coming back this year too. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So anyway, after we've derailed the train there, let's get back to Carnival Row was canceled. Red Dragon says so. There ain't gonna be no season 2.
No. There is a season 2.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Here you go. The Googles. Carnival Row season 2 premieres February 17th, 2023. It was canceled after season 2, so that's the final season of it. But so if you go do a search for Carnival Row season 1,
yep, you're right.
That
canceled after
shit premiered.
2.
That shit premiered in 2019.
Well, not your bad. You were right. It was canceled, but it was canceled after season 2.
After season 2, yeah. Because they sat on after season 1, they blamed the pandemic and never came back to fucking doing shit.
Yeah, at this point, he says, I'm going to need to rewatch season 1. Don't feel bad, Tina. I just
go watch it. Yeah,
I just finally got around to watching Breaking Bad, and now I'm watching Better Call Saul, which is seriously lacking compared to Breaking Bad, by the way.
Well, see, what you really should be watching on Netflix is The Way of the House Husband.
The Way of the House Husband. Haven't even heard a peep on that one.
You need to go watch the Way of the House Husband. I watched almost an entire episode, and it's like, because way back in the 80s or 90s, my brother actually said that the job he wanted later on in life was to be a house husband. So it was funny. And
anyway.
Lily's on my desk now, but she is facing off into oblivion. Yes. And she's like, please continue to gently massage me as I am just purring and ending up with minor electrical shocks from the dry air and fur.
Anyway, moving right
Oh
along.
yeah, Dune is definitely taking too long as well.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
never get
so
into
many.
that.
What, Dune?
Yeah.
Not even with Sting in it?
I couldn't get into the books, and for that, couldn't get into the movies.
And yet you sit there and you named yourself after a Heinlein character?
I've read every single Heinlein book, many of them 3 to 4 times. Yeah. I've seen the Heinlein movies. Yeah, Dune. Yeah, sorry, he
Dune
doesn't
was
do it.
easier to read than
Oh
Heinlein.
no, no way, no way.
Yeah.
The first book is fucking agony. Getting halfway through. Both my father and my brother say you got to make it at least halfway, and then after that it takes off. But I can't, can't make it.
See, the book that, like, for me, that absolutely, like, the first time I picked it up and tried to read it, I couldn't do it, was the Dragon Bone Throne.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy by Tad Williams. Then the second time, like a couple years later, when I repicked it up, it's like just flew through the entire thing. Yeah.
anyway,
November 3rd for Dune 2 part.
yeah, Tina, I gotta agree with you
Yeah.
on that one. I think Heinlein's a lot easier to
Yeah.
get through. The Pass Through Tomorrow, The Cat Who Walks Through
I
Walls, Friday, yes.
well, I
The
think
moon is
like
a harsh mistress.
Stranger in a Strange Land's a little bit easier just because Mars to Earth.
Stranger in a Strange Land, classic, as classic
Yeah.
as they get, absolutely.
But that's Mars to Earth, and so you're referencing a lot of pop culture shit.
Yeah. I
And
grok
swimming
that.
pools. You grok that? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
When is Shroud getting a TV
Yes.
adaptation? I'm surprised Ultima hasn't gotten a TV adaptation itself, but
I don't know, but I can't change screens because Lily is literally on top of my mouse. Mouse is underneath the kitty. So I can't change screens. I can't change tabs. I can't do anything. As you're going to have to drive for a while.
That's
Oh, shit.
okay. Kitty
And the
will let
bottom
you
of the hour
drive.
is coming up in a few minutes.
It is.
Oh, man. Okay. Which means I got to kick Lily. Okay. Now. Okay. So, The Way of the House Husband is on Netflix. If you are into anime, have fun with it.
Gotta
If
go
you
with the
are,
original, Tina. Although the longer version really isn't much different. I mean, slightly, but just a little bit more insight.
yes. Where are we going to now? I guess I should come over here and I could change this tab because we got 2 minutes left.
Yeah, you should get over to the end of your recap that we've been trying to get to before we get to these other two topics.
The end of your recap
Yes.
and all the way at the bottom.
No, starting from the top.
Okay.
Why would you start at the bottom?
Having played the hell out of Soda over the last few months, the only issue I see, we already read this before, is the lack of positive press. Any non-players who read up on the game first are going to find maybe 5 articles. A couple back from when it first got funded, and then maybe one from each the past few years talking about whether the game is dead or not. Most non-players are going to get the impression that the game is all but abandoned. This is where they will decide to not give the game a chance. Who wants to play a dead or almost dead game? I feel that more needs to be done to counter any negative or non-existent press. The monthly releases are an excellent opportunity to put out a press release highlighting the ongoing work and most recent additions to the game. I'm going to stop right there. Laz, why would there be a lot of negative press for around Shroud?
Because they don't finish what they start.
Okay, and what else?
Because they don't communicate well with the player base like they used to. I mean, you
It-
really
what-
want me to break out a soapbox here? I don't know if we have time for a soapbox on this. Yeah.
Well, we do have to come over to the giveaway thingy and click on close the button and then click on the announce winner.
You're about a minute ahead of yourself, but I guess we can do
It's
that.
like 30 seconds, man. Because then it becomes much more entertaining to. No, they're not. It's like 12.
Lovely Threadia
on both streams.
Threadia with the double win.
And Private Whisper was not enabled. Axe. I have no idea why it was doing that. It shouldn't have. It was not enabled.
MoveBot does that automatically, I believe.
No, but it wasn't checked.
Again, I think it does it automatically. Yeah. Is there a checkbox to stop it? I didn't know that.
Yes. If you go into the advanced settings, there is a checkbox for that. Okay. But Threadia is the wiener. Yeah. Are you mailing Threadia her wieners?
I am.
Okay. So, what other issues would there possibly be that caused negative press around Shroud of the Avatar?
Too many to list.
Too many to list? Would there be a certain individual that would also have created some really bad blood with the press?
Well, according to the press, several individuals. So,
anyone in particular?
Yeah, and I'm not pointing fingers or naming names.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I can. Some may point them at Richard, some may point them at Star, some may point them at Chris. I mean, there's a lot of finger pointing going on.
Who is the current owner of?
Current owner is not the full blame, so this has been going on. So what I'm saying.
Some of it he would actually.
Let's talk about Seed Invest. Seed Invest.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about the vault. Let's talk about heritage items. Let's talk about the combat system. Let's talk about PvP. Okay, there's plenty to go around. So again, I'm not pointing any particular fingers. The press has pointed fingers at loads of different people for loads of different reasons. Okay, let's move on this topic.
Okay.
Continue on. No need to beat a dead horse. It's getting beaten even more. Again, he's got some very valid points here. So,
an end of the year recap would be a fantastic way to highlight all the achievements this year. People who haven't even thought of Soda in a year are going to stop to read an article about all the achievements in 2022 just to see what it's all about. A long list of changes is going to entice a lot of people to try it out. Perhaps even returning players. A dev stream would be a great way to show all the new additions and changes. Word of mouth isn't going to get the game back in business. Not when for every word of mouth player, you have 20 players who don't even give the game a chance because there isn't much news out there. When I go to research Soda, I should see at least one article a month about recent changes, new and exciting things on the horizon, or just players talking about their adventures. I have a bachelor's degree in business and working on my master's. That is to say, I know what I'm talking about. It kills me that a top 5 MMORPG is neglecting the perception game.
Yeah. Now, of course, we did some basic math, or actually somebody else did some basic math and did with billions of gamers and this, that, the other thing, even if you got 1% of 1%, there should still be about 50,000 to 100,000 players that would be, available for this game, and we don't even draw that. So,
No, yeah,
the advertising that was supposed to be done, there's another one that was never done properly. I mean, the
Facebook
list,
ads.
yeah, pushing, people's YouTube reviews as an ad for the game, not really necessarily, the best advertising uh, means. So moving on, that Sean guy.
I agree. However, in the game industry and may others, only negative press is free. I disagree with that.
Yeah, so do I. Press release.
I think press release every single month. I think we suffer from the most common indie game issue. If we could get more players, we'd have the money to get more players. How do we solve that issue? Well, I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. How do we get more players?
Good
We don't
PvP.
piss off all the people that fucking put money into the game by
Yeah.
giving away their shit.
Devaluing everything that everybody bought at retail price and then making it cheaper and allowing everybody to buy it after it was individually released. Yes, absolutely.
Or buying the things that, hey, this is the only time that you'll ever be able to get this. This is not coming back. And then
Don't
it comes
piss off the
at
whales.
cheaper.
Yeah, that was the big one, Dyson. That was the big one.
Well, it doesn't even have to be like the whales. And it's one where it's like, pay attention to your business model. Your business model is selling pixel crack.
Yeah.
How do you sell pixel crack? You create new pixel crack all the time.
Don't fuck over everyone who was
Yes.
paying. Yeah, there's
Yes.
another one. Thank you for that comment.
So how do we solve the issue?
Pay
Is there
attention to your
something more-
customers. Yeah, there you go.
Is there something more than word of mouth the community can do for marketing that doesn't take time, money, resources away from the dev team?
Sure. Like this wonderful piece of advertising that was given away at Shroud Avatar, where, they had cards made up that they handed out to anybody who wanted them, and you could hand them out to your friends and family and other people and gives them the web address and tells them that it's free to play. Sure, that might work. Yeah, that went over like a lead balloon.
That idea is a lead balloon.
Well, it was, good thought. You have a, good player base at a convention. You give everybody the cards to hand out to their friends and family, and hopefully, that word of mouth,
Part of the problem with that was you have a near top of the line gaming machine, and then you logged into Shroud, and what was your frames per second?
You mean with the $1,200 video card, and you're still getting less than 20 frames per second? Yeah. Which is still a problem today, and I downgraded to a less than $300 card, and I get better performance on the less than $300 card than my $1,200 card. Yeah, absolutely.
And there are scenes that do perform over 60 frames per second. There absolutely are. But scenes like Owl's Head that perform at 30 frames per second on a good day. Oh, wait.
Let's see how we're doing today.
Oh, man.
14, 12, 15, 13, 14. I'm averaging about 15 frames per second just sitting here on the lot. I've
got 25. I'm like mid 20s.
Yeah. Oh, but this 10. Is yeah.
But Owl's Head was designed in Unity 4.
And I've got everything turned off on top of that, which
really and I have everything turned on except for some of the shadows.
Let's look at that. I almost hit 20 by moving my camera around.
But that is something, and this was indicative of all of the early scenes, where if you were at South by Southwest or the Rooster Teeth convention, where The Rooster Teeth convention is actually where the game was officially announced. So RTX in Austin. But so my video settings were set at best with maximum medium, but yeah. That's where that card would actually be useful, as well as additional swag related to Shroud of the Avatar lanyards. Yes.
How can you talk FPS when a load screen lasts minutes? Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah.
And again, there's differences of opinion there. See, for some reason, Jack has a much better machine than I do, but his load times seem to take longer than mine do, which makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, I'm usually, you complain about logging into the game where I have no problem logging into the game. I never complain about my login times. You complain about login times incessantly.
Because
I don't have the problem you have.
Cyberpunk 2077 loads faster for me than Shroud does.
Again, my load times for me, yeah.
That's because I mean you're still hung up on games loading like 20 years ago. It shouldn't take that long.
No, if you had to go through the 20-minute load time of GTA before one of the users fixed the problem and told them how to do it, then load times would never be a problem. But anyway, moving right along.
Well, yeah, but I mean, GTA was released 10 years ago.
And again, a user wrote a little script that fixed the load times, and now load times are negligible. So, but it should have been something that the professionals saw and didn't need one of the freaking players to figure out the problem and actually write his own code and start using his own code for people to figure out, Rockstar to figure out that.
Zealot, we cannot prove you wrong. That Shroud ever had over 1,000 viewers, ever as a category. We cannot prove you wrong, because the most people we've ever seen on streams was like shooters release parties, and that was still like 150 people.
I was gonna say that was maybe 300 people on a live stream tops.
Well, that was 300 people in game and 150 on the live stream. And most of those would have been in game as well.
That would be the other way around. 300 on live stream, 150 in game. Because they only had to open up one more instance for shooters live stream. So,
well, one of them they had to do 3.
No, it was release party. There might have been people stuck in 3, but that's not. That wasn't the problem. They could have gotten everybody into the 2. Yeah. There wasn't 3 full scenes, is what I'm alluding to. There was 3 open scenes, but only 1 scene was full, and people
and how did those scenes perform? How did those scenes perform?
Hey, I was able to get my goodies off a shooter. That's all I know.
They performed like shit. So it's like you have to correct like the performance issues.
Yeah. No, I don't believe there was any telethon that ever hit even close to 400 or 500.
No.
Total views over time, absolutely, but not for the live streams themselves. Most of them averaged a little over 100 back in the day. Yeah, well, it's impossible to get 200 players in the basement, Zealot, since the max players in a scene is 120. So that's an impossible number just because it's not possible. Especially since the max players used to be 16 until they upped it. So, well, Segalian, I gotta say, again, we had 250,000 people sign up for this game. As of recently, we hadn't even touched the topic, but I just saw a post earlier this week where a guy says, "Hey, I was a Kickstarter and I just now started playing the game." So there are plenty of people out there who bought the game, kickstarted it, and never even signed in the first time to play the game. So plenty of
That's
that
like
going
just
on.
simply looking at the number of members in the forums. Those are people that signed up for the forums at one point in time. And that's 344,000.
Yes.
Almost 345,000. But
Anyway, moving right along.
Is there something more than word of mouth the community can do for marketing that doesn't take time, money, resources away from the dev team? Stream on Twitch. Stream. The problem with that is getting people to engage their audience and not sit there and stare at goldfish all day.
Yeah, nobody's really interested in watching fish with Kilroy.
Stream.
Yeah, Kilroy and his fish.
Or stream like this because you can't figure out how to get your camera angled correctly.
Oh no, it's angled correctly. He wants to show off his fish. That's the whole point, and we're not interested in that when we're supposed to be showing off the game. We're supposed to be showing the game. You should have the soda's backdrop behind you so that people see you promoting your game instead of your fish hobby, and you being in the game, not standing there staring at a blank wall, but actually doing something to engage the player base. But hey, I've never done anything like this before, right? Yeah.
Hold on here. Hold on.
From the guy who's been doing this 5 days a week, eight years plus, and still going. Yeah.
You can take your pick who we're talking about, but
the bait shop guy,
the bait shop guy has a legitimate excuse. He's got a day job and he can only play when he can. But I was talking about Chris. Yes.
Mojito. Yes, Mojito and the new puppy.
Yeah. Or hey, if I hit my bit goal, I'm going to sing a song, which was one of our telethon things.
Well, the telethon things was to watch Star sing, dance, or perform because of his degree in theater. And that got lost in transition when other people started doing it because we just wanted to watch Star do some silly shit on stream.
Well, not only that, but so there was. Chris, don't hire a game developer that doesn't play video games and has no respect for video gamers. Literally has no respect for his own customers. That is valid criticism because everyone that says something negative about Shroud is a troll, according to Chris.
Trolls. Damn trolls.
And the other thing is, you cannot always throw other things under the bus. Admit fault. Be like Sanyo.
Be like Sanyo.
Be like Sanyo. Yes. And realize that, hey, y'all are the ones that actually made all these commitments about streaming schedules and daily updates to the community. And I'm referring to the stand-up corner.
Myself and many hundreds, if not thousands of others still firmly believe that the ship started going downhill when they stopped drinking on stream. That's when they lost control of the ship, when they were still doing silly things and they were still having fun and they were coming up with these crazy wild ideas while they were having shots and pulling off these crazy ideas. That was when we were in the prime of the game. When they stopped doing that, the donations went down, the ideas went down, and the ship started going down with it. But we're still here, of course. You know that. And again, I don't foresee this going anywhere anytime soon. Just not with the player base that we should have. And again, I'm looking at less than 50 people on my friends list, where I used to average in the upper hundreds, if not multiples of hundreds on my friends list
Yeah.
on the daily. Is now, 1/3 of that, which is, sad to see.
I've got 22. But it is things where it's like you have to make your commitment and stand by it. And as you're making those commitments, remember how many months ago that Chris made a post saying, or an announcement that he was back to work on the project full time ish as soon as he had one more scheduled vacation. Have we seen any
That
evidence?
was approximately 3 months ago now.
Yes. Have we seen the evidence that, hey, we're back to rocking on another cylinder? Hey, we are definitely not a V8. We're a V2, V3, trying to get something done.
V2.
Well, this is a V8. It is a gas guzzler.
You mean
but
you mean a moped?
But it's only running on 2 cylinders right now.
You mean a moped?
No. It's a V8, but we're running only on 2 cylinders.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of.
All right, back to the topic.
What's it called when it does the big bang out the back end?
Backfire.
Backfires. There's lots of backfires. But Soda had, for most of its development, had a powerful cache of positive word of mouth and hope.
Yeah, and you missed streaming orders initially brought me here.
No, I did that one before. You did not pay attention. I did say that one earlier.
Huh? What?
I did say that one like 30 minutes ago.
What?
Yeah. Soda, for most of its development, had a powerful cache of positive word of mouth and hope. We had many player-run events to get the word out and increase the player base. We brainstormed, funded, organized, planned, and worked through initiatives to grow the player base. We, the players, did not fail, and we, the players, can't save Soda. The gaming media was extremely positive and supportive towards Soda for most of its development. The project leadership laid this goose egg, and it's 100% on them to fix it, and the current condition is 100% their fault. Sure. Z's like, if it was me, I would do is focus on getting episode 2 story and lands completed, then work on a relaunch of the game with episode 2. I'd probably invest in a flashing opening video as the crowd puller, as well as offer a major XP boosting plot for returning players that have not played in 1+ years or something to that nature. And that would allow them for a week to get the X times XP to help them catch up, as well as something unique for returning. Many sleeper hits of the game.
I gotta stop you there because I'm sick of hearing this from gamers out there. If you start a video game 5 years after somebody else, you should never, ever, ever, never have a chance to catch up to the guy who's got 5 years on you. Unless, of course, the guy who's got 5 years on you is a casual player and you're going balls to the walls and you work for it. There should be no mechanics out there that allow you to get up there with every other player just because you're a new player. My 2 cents. There is no leveling of the playing field because I'm new here, so I need to be able to get up to where the high-ranked players are. No, the fucking high-ranked players are there because they put in the time, the sweat, the tears, the energy, and the banging their head on the keyboard trying to figure it out. You shouldn't get a shortcut to do this just because you came in late to the game. My 2 cents.
Well,
thank you, Bridge Troll. Yeah, right. Exactly.
If you're going to talk about this relaunch,
That's tomorrow.
Fix,
So
fix.
don't even go there. That's tomorrow's topic. We
Well,
have a whole topic on that tomorrow.
okay,
We have a
fine.
whole topic on that tomorrow called relaunch. Okay, there it is. Tomorrow's topic. So it was actually supposed to be
Relaunch.
yesterday's topic, but yeah, we never got
And the
to it
day before.
yesterday.
I also think it would hold a contest for player voiceovers. Put up something in game of worth and have people submit voice clips. As we talked about earlier, not practical. Because we talked about that last week, this week.
I agree.
So
Not practical.
I'm skipping the rest of it. Time Lord, I just share soda pics on Facebook because it's what you can see. That leads to the wonder to gain skills and get all those amazing destinations. Gray Fox, Soda isn't a bad game. In fact, many of the systems are very unique and deep.
Deeply disappointed.
Yeah, I would argue the depth and the unique elements as well.
Cooking skill, yeah.
Yeah. Housing, collectibles, and crafting in Soda are incredible.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Housing, yes. Craftables, yeah. Collecting, out the window, and they brought in Heritage, the Vault, and decided to sell things from 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Went out the window, collectibles.
Yeah. Then we end up with PvP, trying to shoehorn PvP, especially global PvP, into a game that should be focused on PvE cause significant issues. What fucking PvP? There was never really anything done for PvP. Otherwise, we would have game systems like a competent guild system, a competent alliance system, a competent faction system, instead of half a dozen scenes that were supposed to fix PvP.
Balance this, yes, which are now dead.
And all of the balance math for combat.
How many people are out in Blood Bay right now?
0.
Zero. Yes. Okay. Zero.
That's what the in-game leaderboard is for. The last day,
Don't need
the last 30 days. Last 30 days, 61 people have been involved in PvP of some sort, with only 38 of them having at least one kill. Yeah. In fact, you can be in the top 20 with less than 5 kills in the last 30 days. But yeah, Gray Fox, don't get us discussing PvP. The death of Soda was when the rarity of items was removed. Heritage and Vault 2 years ago.
Amen.
That killed the market and most funding. Yes. I agree with. If I was lead dev of Soda, the following would be implemented immediately. Cap XP at whoever is the highest, give them a no-lifer title, and balance PvE combat around that cap. Increase the cap with later episodes and lands. Lands and farms could create passive resources, wood, stone, gems that are used directly in crafting. This happens while offline and the player has to log in to gather the resources. You can buy NPCs to work the land. Cap XP in crafting, limit the impact randomness has on crafted items capabilities, but allow for very rarest to rarely occur. Remove all PvP except for duels in that arena no one ever used.
The one that they just fixed?
Two of those arenas.
Only one was
Owl's Head, Ardoris, and then you've got the fucking Obsidian Trials, and then you've got the PvP scenes. Must recreate the rare market. Items go on sale one time and never again. No deviation. Give a monthly in-game quest with a rare that is never repeated and can't be obtained any other way except through trade. Of course, none of this will ever be implemented. Wasted effort on my part. Happy 2023. I agree with parts of that there, except for the PvP. The PvP, I have a serious disagreement with that one.
What? Get rid of it
But
except for duels? I don't know. Since
yeah,
we don't have a currently fleshed out system, I would tend to agree. Unless you're going to go full loot, yeah. Or
well,
or or
that
at
that would
least
be that
yeah.
would be to develop that entire system. I would also on combat, I would enable collision in all PvE scenes, and then also fix the network code so that way you know where the actual mobs are at and you know what you're actually hitting. But it is time for us to get out of here. And you know what? There's only one person in on my giveaway for bottles. So guess who's getting a bottle?
Mom.
Yay!
Mom,
Yeah.
the only
So
entrant.
a lot more commentary on this topic, but we're not going to get to finish
Yeah.
it. But I think, I'll get the point. Tomorrow we will be talking about a possible relaunch. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, at
Yeah.
least it's somebody's opinion. But again, we'll give you our 2 cents on that tomorrow as Zealot 2022 wins the streamer bundle. Zealot, what is your in-game name? Do I have you on my list? Let me see. I do not.
I don't know, but Virtuous is getting a copy of Dishonored.
Zealot in game. Okay, you're easy enough to remember then. Very cool. I'll get that out to you momentarily as we close out the mystery game key giveaway. And Gorix, you are our wiener. And Gorix,
Congratulations.
you are going to get yourself a copy of I Am Not a Monster First Contact.
Yes. Okay.
I am not
Time
a
for me to get out
monster.
of here because
First
I get to go
contact.
join a meeting.
And you have fun. Of course, we'll be back with more tomorrow right here on NBNN. Nom nom nom. Till then, I'm Les.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.